What's good, everyone? Happy Tuesday evening. Welcome to the Cops and Convicts podcast. I'm Sean Shepard, your host. We're streaming live on Facebook, the Cops and Convicts YouTube channel, LinkedIn. Subscribe, follow, and hit the thumbs up and notification bells on those platforms. Tonight, I got my guy, Anthony Logan, in the house. Anthony, what's good?
Going on, man? How you doing today?
Good, man. I'm glad we finally got this in. We've been talking about it for
over
like
a year.
A year.
Yeah, I'll be
You're
busy.
a hard man. You're a hard man to catch. Yeah, you've been so. Why have you been so busy? Talk to me about why you've been so busy.
Man, if I'm not at work throwing an event somewhere, every break I get, I'm off the clock. I only been home. I'm going on 3 years, but the first year and some change was really parole. Had to deal with all of that. So since I'm off, all I want to do is travel. You blink your eye, I ain't got to be at work for 2 or 3 days. Where are we going to? Which way are we going? If I could get a break, if I got to work on a weekend, I got a break during the week. Where are we going? Which way? Let's go.
Living your best life.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying my hardest.
I'm not mad at you. So Anthony, let's start with the 5-year period in your life before you were incarcerated. Talk to me about what you were doing at that point in time.
For the most part, it was football. Like all I wanted to do, like junior high, going into high school, was football. If I wasn't if it wasn't doing some extra trainings and stuff, I'm in a weight room. I'm going with my cousins, my older cousins. We hitting the sand dunes, running the piers, like running the sand at Santa Monica and stuff, doing all the conditioning. I just wanted to play football, and then that was primarily it, and partying. What before? Man, Pookie back when before he got big like this, YG before he was YG and everything else, party, football party. Let's go have some fun.
So how old were you during this time?
Like that's what, like 15 to 18 roughly. That 15? Well, let me. You said 5 years, right? So 13.
Yep.
So like 13 going into 18 because I went to jail at 18. So 13. So yeah, that was coming from playing Pop Warner at Crenshaw, then going to school in Upland, playing football there, taking all the little tactics we learned in the city, playing in the middle of the street and stuff, put it on these real people field. I was shining, I was having fun.
What position did you play? What position did you play in football?
Nose tackle on defense, right guard, and right guard on offense.
How big were you?
Shit, I was chubby back then. I didn't even have a neck. I was chubby, and they used to call me Fat Albert because, like Fat Albert, he gets to running real fast out of nowhere. So, ball moving and all of that, I'm keeping up with it. You could be the running back, whatever you was. I'm trying to run next to you once I see you blow through the hole. I was chubby but fast.
So how tall are you?
A little bit under 6'6".
Okay, so you're 6'5" and some change. And how much do you think you weighed at the time?
Back then, I wasn't even this tall. I got taller. I feel like I got taller in jail. I think I went to jail only at like 6'1", 6'2". But back then, I was probably like 250, 260. No, so not that much muscle.
Oh, you mean you were 6'1" back then?
Yeah, I was like 6'1", 6'2".
Okay. So what was your family life back then? What was it like living in your household?
You got me, that like asshole of the family, doing everything this way, while the rest of my brothers was this way doing stuff. Like the brother under me, he full ride scholarship, if I'm correct, to Yale. Next brother after him, he went to Atlanta. I forgot what the school was in Atlanta with the Bulldog. And then the brother after him, he in college right now in Washington. Me, school, I didn't like it. It wasn't fun. It was cool to go there for the party, the football, and the females. That was about it. I was not interested in school. My little brother's always into school. Didn't care for video games, but I always liked tearing stuff up and putting it back together. Pop showed me how to do electrical work at a young age. I used to still to this day, I go do some electrical work with him fast. I like taking stuff apart. Like I'm like hands-on. I like to take stuff apart and put it back together and recreate it. Or then I got infatuated with how to make how to wire up your house so I can make this light switch do this and different things of that nature. But in the house, it was cool. It wasn't like no drama in the house, well, except for me. I want to be out all night.
So where are you at on the pecking order in terms of your siblings? I heard you just talk about 3
I'm
brothers.
the oldest.
So you're
I'm
the
the
oldest.
oldest. Yeah, the saying in the house used to be, "Don't do nothing Anthony does, but do everything Christopher does." If Anthony did it, do the opposite. That was like the guideline for the youngest 2 brothers. Like we was like night and day. So when we went to high school together, I think that was like his history class. Yeah, that was his history class. He had the class like a year or 2 after me, but he had like the escalated classes. So it may have only been a year, but he's 2 years younger than me. When he went to class, the teacher told him like, "Are you related to Anthony?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "If you anything like him, get the fuck out my class right now." I didn't. Me in class, I'd be on my cell phone the whole time. I want to shoot dice and talk. I wasn't worried about nothing the teacher was talking about. But you give me a test and I'll pass your test because like I hear you, but it ain't interesting to me. So I ain't paying no attention. So then afterwards, my little brother, when he went to class, he a little geek. He all in the class, all 3 of my little brothers. They all some geeks. The last one, the youngest one, he going to school to be a pastor. Yeah, he going to be a pastor. He used to always go to church with my grandma and everything.
So what do you think is the difference between your upbringing and your 3 younger brothers' upbringing? Because it sounds to me like they didn't go to prison. What's the difference between you and them?
The things that interested us, like they was cool playing a video game sitting in the house. I want to play football, so that means I'm outside. So of course, if you outside, you're gonna be around a whole lot of different stuff, right? So that's they didn't care. Even when they got their time to high school and stuff, they still my youngest little brother. I ain't encouraging no underage drinking, right? He about to turn 21 in like 2 months or something like that. He talking about he ain't had a shot. I was like, you ain't gotta lie to me, and you too old and you live away. Like you ain't about to get in trouble. So me, nah, I was already sneaking drinking at 14, 13, hanging out with everybody older than me, sneaking in the clubs, everything.
So were your parents together? You mentioned your father.
Nah, them no. So this is the interesting thing. If them 2 getting along, them mom and pops, they getting along, and we all in the same house, right? All of the brothers, we trying to figure out what the hell going on because it's something, something ain't right. And when I mean something ain't right, y'all about to come over here messing with us. It was cool going back and forth between mom's and pop's house, right? That mean we get the best of both worlds. Y'all in one house. That mean ain't no where I was at where I'm just like, oh, I was at mom's house, or I was over here, or I'm about to go do this, that. Nah, y'all right here. Y'all up to something. That's how it was. That's what it was like with everybody in the same house. Now, when they was in 2 different houses, oh man, what? Like my dad has still stayed like in the Empire. Mom stayed in Compton. I be all right, man, I'm going to mom's house. I started driving at like 14. At 14, that's when I got that first. That's when I got that Suburban. I was already driving. I'm bleeding the freeway. I'm gone. I'm saying I'm going to Compton, back to mom's house, but I didn't deviate it. I'm over here in this city, this city, this city. I get there whenever I get there, or I call her like, oh no, I changed my mind. I ain't coming down, Mom. I'm about to go to my my play brother house.
So you were driving from the Inland Empire to Compton at age 14. Is that what you're telling me?
Pushing on the freeway, 93 Chevy Suburban, 454 with the lift kit. I'm out of here. Then when I turned 16. I got my first Camaro. I think I went through 3 Camaros in that summer between racing them, burning the engine, and tearing them all up and everything else. That Suburban stayed.
How your pop let you drive at 14 though?
See, the thing with going to school in different areas was this, right? Out there at 14, they start letting us go into driving classes. So as long as you pass the driving class stuff, you could go, I think I had to turn with like 14 and a half. I don't think it was 15. It was 14 and a half. You could go get your permit. But you have to have you have to be in a car by yourself, and you have them curfew hours. You have to like I couldn't drive with somebody else underage. I had to have somebody of age with a license in the car with me.
Right. That's what
Yeah,
when you
the
drive under a
provision was
permit.
it. Yeah, the provisional license. That's what it was. The provisional license, right? So how I used to get away with it was like this. I'm getting my experience up. I'm driving by myself, knowing sometimes I'm by myself, sometimes I'm not by myself. Or sometimes I'm sitting there lying, talking about, oh no, whoopty whoop, uncle with me. He overaged. Knowing ain't nobody but a gang of us knuckleheads in the car that either plays basketball, play football, that we back and forth, doing whatever we trying to do.
So your father was a little bit lax with you?
Nah, it was really moms. But that's what I'm saying. Like to get away with everything, they could not be in the same house because
I got
pops
you.
was.
I got you. I'm still trying to figure out how you were able, if you were living with your father, if you're going back and forth between your parents.
Football. So even I always, like I said, I always wanted to do all the extra training and stuff, right? So pops assume because that's where I say I'm at, and I make it look good because I still come back in the house with my football gear, right? That I did some extra trainings or whatever the case was. I switch my clothes before I walk back in the house and walk in there with my with my PE like my PE football stuff on.
I
Yeah,
want to
that's where I
know
was.
why you do you think you're naturally deceitful because you were being deceitful.
Uh,
Where did you get that from?
Man, I can't say where I got it from. I can't say where I got it from, right? But I understood this real fast with Pops all my life, right? Is he is not about to let me just wiggle and do what I want to do, right? But for the longest, playing Pop Warner, I started playing Pop Warner at Crenshaw for the Cougars at 8 with Coach Lester and them. Coach Fidel. But I was always into football. So my older cousin and stuff used to come get me from Pop's house and take me out jogging and running and all that old kind of stuff, right? Even I wasn't into that running, but I do it with them. I go do the weightlifting stuff, right? So then when like junior high came, I was steadily doing the same stuff, right? So then when high school came, I started sliding away from that. Oh, now this is fun. I'm a freshman in high school, hanging out with the seniors. The seniors, this they graduating year, but I'm messing with all the varsity players between the basketball and the football players, right? So I was at first getting extra exposure, doing like in the essence of being on the field and doing more stuff, going more like the camps they was doing, right? So after they graduated, my freshman year, going into the sophomore year, I act like I was still doing the same thing. Like I'm still going to these camps and doing these trainings and stuff. Or the coach got us at school. Coach, man, what I used to blame Coach Salter so much. Like, man, he got us still out here running. And cell phones wasn't big back then. Like they was big, but not like GPS track me on my iPhone big type of stuff. We were still using Google, maps and stuff like that. Ain't. Yeah, it wasn't what it is now. Like now, these kids now, yeah, ain't all that sneaky stuff. You just bust it. Soon as somebody grab your phone, it's over. Well, you bust it. I be thinking about that all the time. Like if this iPhone was back what I had back then with that sidekick, nah, I wasn't getting away with 99% of stuff I did. I would have been on the football field the whole time.
So you obviously had good enough grades if you were playing football because if you flunk out you can't play.
Yeah, nah. I kept my grades good, and then I remember I think that was my sophomore or my junior year. We had one of our coaches. He had the choir class. Boy, he tricked us. He told us like, come into class. Y'all ain't got to do the singing, this, that, and the third of the performances, but to make sure y'all get extra little break and rest on because it's like a chill class, right? Man, after the football season was over, we still trying to do the same thing. He talking about you a bass, you a tenor, you do this, you do that. Like, bro, where did you come up with this whole grand scheme of idea that we about to sing? Next thing you know, he knew we wasn't really into the singing part, right? So it was what it was when it came to like certain performances. But you talking about making an example out of people, it's like a country song. What is it? I got a barbecue stain on my white that song right there, man, if that man that had a whole entire football team mandatory had to dress up with the cowboy boots, the big buckle, and the hat, get on stage and perform it. Man, when we came before the performance, after the performance, whole class, all the football players looking at him like, you full of it. Like you did that though. He gave us one assignment from the beginning though. I'm gonna give you that. He said it's gonna be after the season. It's gonna be a what do you call it? Like he didn't call it a, but we thinking you talking about some some football stuff. You about to have us dragging some extra the tires or something like that. You feel me? Nah, he had a whole tricky trick for us.
And this was at Crenshaw High?
Nah, hell no. Nah.
Where'd you go?
I went to Upland High.
You went to Upland High, okay. Because I thought you mentioned something about Crenshaw.
I played Pop Warner at Crenshaw.
Okay. All right, so you didn't like school, but you had good enough grades to play football. You love football. Outside of your love for football, how did you want to spend the majority of your time?
Shit. I just wanted to party. Like I never had I for sure I never wanted to go to college. So like when they took me to jail, I got accepted to a few different colleges, right? My girlfriend at the time, she asked me all of these, got me filling out these forms. I don't even know what I'm filling out. I'm more or less doing it on some, or if it'll make you be quiet, I'm gonna do it type of situation, right? Next thing you know, I'm getting acceptance letters. I'm like, man, I ain't going to school. Give me at least a year off. I'm tired of school. I don't even like this stuff. Mm-hmm. And then all the conversation used to always be like, so what you gonna do? I ain't lazy. I'll go get a job or whatever. But what the hell? Hold on one second, bro. Let me cut the light on.
It's on a timer.
Oh, it's motion. My bad. It's motion. Nah, but I ain't I didn't like, you had the people, oh, I wanted to always be this, oh, I wanted to be that. Like so in school, they used to be like, what you want to be when you grow up? I want to work for myself. Did I know what I wanted to do? Nah, I didn't have no idea. I just know I used to clown the teacher like, are you content and happy coming here with whatever paycheck they give you? Are you content with having to deal with me every day? I used to ask them questions like that. Especially the English teacher got me doing Shakespeare. Why do I gotta do Shakespeare? He ain't about to do nothing for the rest of my life. I ain't into poetry. I ain't about to go Romeo and Juliet. Why are you making me pay attention and take a test?
Do you not understand why they were having you do stuff like that?
Later, I kind of got it, even though I still to date don't care for it, right? But it gave you more exposure. It gave you more knowledge. Made you more well-rounded, right? But my whole thing was, I know this ain't gonna do nothing in my life. This ain't no aspect of nowhere I want to go type of situation.
No, I got you. I they try to expose us to a number of different things in the event that you might find something that you really love, right? But yeah. I'm like you when they was making me take botany, which is the science of plants. What am I gonna do with that?
Only thing I'm mad I really didn't do in high school though was actually pay attention in Spanish class and like when they was trying to teach me the languages, right? All of them I don't know how I did it, but I ended up kept getting myself out of every language class they took me. Nope, they not speaking English. I don't know what they talking about. Going back over here.
And now you wish you would have learned it.
Man, I was sitting up in jail like, man, I wish I would have learned it. Now I started learning a little bit while I was in jail, but I'm like, I should have, not been a knucklehead and paid attention in high school and actually did the class. Because when I started learning, I'm like, it ain't even that it's hard. It just didn't have my interest.
I hear you. So you said you like to party. Tell me how you party.
Shit. Only thing I do is drink. If that's what we mean, right? But I'm trying to hit the club, the bar, the lounge. I don't really care for a concert where you're gonna make me sit down. I'm gonna hit tearing. We could go tear up the skating ring. I could skate my ass off. Anything like that, I'm with it. And I ain't trying to call nobody old, but I'm not don't put no oldies on with me. You trying to send me to sleep? That's what my grandma do. I'm more upbeat. I got energy for days. I'm trying to let hop on the stage, the table, the bar, whatever. Let's turn up and have fun.
So talk to me about your lifestyle. You're partying. You don't want to go to college. Although you were accepted to a couple of colleges because of football. What colleges were they?
Nah, it wasn't even because of football. I was accepted because of my grades.
Really?
Yeah, man, teachers used to have me make me come back into class after the class was gone to take a test because they swear for damn that somebody else took my test or I was cheating, right? I take the test by myself. I'm like, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, right? I'm just not paying attention. All the classwork, okay, I'm gonna do my classwork. I kept good grades. I ain't get in trouble in school until my senior year. Until my senior year. Yep, senior
What
year.
happened? What happened senior year?
Shit, class of '08, kind of the reason why they got the fences up and the cameras up. We probably had the biggest riot that damn city ever seen
At your
on
high school?
campus. Yep, during the during the finals, during our first set of finals. Yep.
All right, so take me through that. What happened?
Shit, we gonna put it like this: it's a whole lot of racial tension out there.
Okay.
A whole lot, I'm from LA, so what we got? We blacks, got some Hispanics, right? We all get along. We ain't got no issues, right? Then you hit the valley, you hit San Gabriel Valley. Blacks and Hispanics don't get along, right? Then you get all the way to like this little uppity ass area, and now white people don't like you. First day out there, I got called a nigger, got a beard through at me. I'm trying to chase you and fight you, me and one of my friends. Like what? Then we gotta ask each other, like, man, we don't even know where we at while we chasing somebody type of shit, right? So
This
boom,
is in
now we get
Upland. This is in Upland.
yeah.
Okay.
So now we going through high school and stuff. We had a big old riot. We had a small riot like my freshman year. It was small compared to the next one. Then high school year came, it was nonstop.
They were racial fights.
Yeah. I done had the skin.
Who versus who?
Blacks and whites, blacks and Mexicans. I done had the skinheads called on the school at homie, jumping the fences, trying to stick me. I done walked out of school. I thought this dude was a white boy. All in all, he was Hispanic. I walked by him and somebody else's, I ain't gonna say his name, but it was his uncle. So I'm telling him, like, man, watch out. We about to get cracking. And he hopped straight in the car and slide the car across the street where we crossed that, and they all get to bouncing out the car. We just went crazy right there on side of the school. Had the I remember. Yeah, I ain't about to incriminate myself for nothing, but yeah, it was a whole lot. We had a whole lot of, I'm gonna call it fun. Recreational activities was going on. At the time, it was cool, it was fun. I still laugh about that kind of stuff, but people went to jail in a few of them riots.
So
I remember sitting in dysentery office when they called my mama, kicking me out the school, talking about I'm doing too much and all kinds of stuff.
for fighting.
They kept saying that I was enticing them and starting them. I was like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I'll be in class.
So there was a riot your senior year. How did you get in trouble? And what trouble did you get into?
Man, you had a gang of people run to the office talking about Anthony Logan just started a fight in the quad and then took the fight to the I was fighting in the quad. Not even I started. I was fighting in the quad. Then I was fighting on the field. Then they tried to say, I remember when the police came and got me out of class, they tried to say I had a gun. They came and got me out of whatever they call the cooking class. I stand up. I don't even know y'all talking about I got a gun. I stand up. They asked me to grab my backpack and walk in. They said, let me see the backpack. They start looking through the backpack as I'm walking to me, lift up my shirt. I'm like, I don't know which I want. Keep walking, walking into the disciplinary office, go through my pockets and everything. Look at me. They like, nah, you don't got no weapon or nothing. Then they like, people say that you drive this type of car. I just hunched my shoulders. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't my car that they was talking about. So then they was like, this car was driving on this street and everybody hopped out the car and started fighting and got back in the car and fled the area. I'm like, wasn't me. So that was my whole thing. And then I guess, they was the police that day. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that police dude's name. I still remember him. But I'm in a disciplinary office. He's standing like right here on my shoulder, like I'm supposed to be nervous and scared of him. I just keep looking him up and down, hunching my shoulders at him. Then they looked up my address. So like, mom stayed in Compton, but she had an apartment also out there. So I was going to school out there, right? So they looked like she had the mail forwarded instead of going to her apartment out here. It was going to the house in Compton. So they like, oh, he want to bring that LA mentality out here. I'm like, ain't even nothing about that. I'm not scared of nothing that y'all got going on. You don't make me nervous. But they used that, and then they was like, well, you starting a lot of stuff, your name coming up in a lot of stuff, so we're gonna have to expel you from school, this, that, and the third. And hunching my shoulder still, like I don't care about nothing. I don't even like school. Call
Did
my
they have
mama.
any? Did they have any proof?
Hell no. They had no cameras in it. All they had was that here, as they would say in court, hearsay. All you got is people saying it. You ain't got no video of me. You ain't got my knuckles busted. You ain't got nothing.
But you got expelled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you get expelled from school. What did you do at that point?
They expel me. They send me to continuation school. Man, continuation school didn't last no time. I walk in there, like I said, me and the police, like y'all ain't fucking with me. I ain't fucking with you. Like I stay away from y'all. I ain't got nothing. Like now it's different. Like I done told you before. Like I could kind of deal with the police in the essence, right? Back then I'm like, it ain't that I'm running from you or nothing, but shit, ain't fucking with me. Ain't fucking with you, right? But I go to that alone ain't never had to deal with a probation or parole officer. So I go to the continuation school. They got like the probation people. When you walk in the gate on some aggressive stuff, man, watch. Don't be touching on me. I don't care. I ain't with none of that. Then you can only wear like certain stuff. I'm not paying attention to y'all rules. I'm used to going to regular school. I went to regular school all my life. Boom, being a little, I guess you consider it the principal or whatever. We get into it. I go on about my day, finish out my day. I come to school the next day. And she told me, oh, you don't go here no more. You got kicked out. I'm like, shit, thank you. But where the hell am I supposed to go to school at now? And you ain't like nobody told me or nothing like that, right? Um, so then they sent me to independent studies, and the other part of them kicking me out of school there was they said I kept being late. I'm like, shit, I've been late a couple times, but y'all act like I'm late every day, all week or whatever. Not. They sent me to, it gave me the best thing ever. You gave me independent studies. That meant I got to sit at home and do my homework. So I used to have to fill out these little books, turn in the book, do a little test. Man, I used to tell the teacher said, you got to come in here for an hour to do your work, this, that, and the third. So we leave with the books. I go to the house. I sit there. Everybody else at school, I sit there and do the whole book. Boom, bring it back, bring it back. So then she was like, you only got to come in once a week. Come in on Fridays to take the test because I'm running through the little book she gave me. Right. Boom, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good with this. I ain't where am I at? I'm in LA. I'm all through not San Diego. Like what is it? Like Menifee or Menifee? I forget what you call
Menifee.
that. Like, yeah,
Menifee.
Menifee. I'm everywhere. I'm playing and partying. All right, bet I'll be there when I be there. Now
What is
at the
your,
time I wasn't staying with pops no more for sure. I wasn't staying with pops no more. I was staying with moms.
what was your parents' reaction to you getting kicked out of two schools, bro?
Uh, my pops was more like what the fuck going on with you? And
Right.
I told him, like, I kept it a buck with him, told him what's going on. I'm like, man, fuck these people. But I didn't say fuck these people, but I'm like, shit, whatever not. And he like, yeah, but my little brother still go to school there. So he like, it ain't nothing. It's what you doing. I'm like, yeah, they on some, they on this. I always like, I ain't gonna say I'm a shit starter, but I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand up for myself, and I stand up for anybody around me. So all the little bullshit people be like letting the little slick talking and all that go. I'm not with that. I'm quick, man. I get off on you real fast. I ain't tripping off of nothing. A little squabble ain't nothing. Um, mom's like, what was her thing? She was like, you ain't never got in trouble in school. Now you getting in trouble. Like it don't even make sense. Like, okay, right is right, wrong is wrong, but you still did it at school. Like that's not right. You can't go to school fighting. And you can't, you can't do this. You can't do that. I'm like, yeah, I hear you. I already did that. It's over with. I ain't like can't cry over spoiled milk. You just call me a smart ass. I was like, it's over with. Can't cry over no spoiled milk. Next, Pop's the same thing. Like it's already done. The deed is done. It'd be different like if you know it was a warning and you got to sit me down. Nah, they went to the extreme and got me up out of there. And then
So
in the high school, Mr. Man, the disciplinary dude, he didn't like me when he kicked me out. I remember being at the talent show, being at the talent show, and there's a little rumble going on, and somehow, some way, he ended up getting folded his damn self.
the instructor got stitches?
He ain't get stitches. He ain't get stitches, but he caught some hands and some feet.
Oh, so they beat him down?
Yeah.
So talk to me.
Yeah.
You're in independent school, like doing your work from home. When's the second time you got into any type of trouble? Because getting kicked out of school is in trouble, but I'm not hearing that you got into any legal trouble. When was your first bit of legal trouble?
Shit, on this case, look, my first real negative encounter dealing with the police was when I caught this case. And when they came and arrest me for this case, I was going to independent studies. The day I got arrested, I went to go pick up my my high school diploma from the school, right? Now y'all talking about y'all been looking for me. Y'all ain't knocked on their door. Y'all ain't came to none of my my mom's and my pop's and my grandma's house, right? Y'all talking about y'all looking for me. Like I said, it's a racist area. I go to school, the teacher acting all weird and nervous. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. There's some teachers in here I ain't never seen before. Of course, they was the police. Talking about some good morning, Mr. Logan. I'm like, look at him crazy. All right, whatever. Sit down. She tell me I had to go back to the court to finish my government assignment. I needed to have like a bailiff, I think, sign off, like, you know, that actually sat in class, right? I stand up to leave. She like, I hope everything goes well with you. I look at her crazy as hell. Like, what are you talking about? Walk out the back of the school. White dude jump out the bushes with a gun aimed at me. I take off running. They chase me around the whole school. Then they never said they the police. When they say they the police, by the time they say the police, I done hit the whole school. I see moms. I'm like, oh shit, bet police. All right, I stop. I'm like, oh, y'all the police. I stop. Y'all was not catching me. Y'all didn't pinch your little cars and y'all on feet chasing, but y'all never said y'all the police. I took off running. It's a racist area. Still tackle me, knock me to the ground. I do all the little crazy stuff. Want to jump in my back and all of that. Take me to the station. Then before that, what I get in trouble for? Before that, the paintball gun. Hell, I'm black. I'm out the ghetto. I don't know how to work a paintball gun. I have bought these paintball guns. This is maybe a year before this case, right? I got a paintball gun. I don't know when you buy the air tank, the compression tank, that it come empty. So I'm thinking the whole time, like, I bought some guns that don't work. It's a paintball shop. They put they fill it up with the not whatever that stuff is that go in it, the air oxygen, right? The CO2, right? Boom, it's a park right next door. I twist the tank down, I start shooting it. I'm like, oh shit, the gun works. So I want to go get the rest of the guns. There's some people in the bush, behind the bush or whatever. Now I guess I didn't shot at them. They didn't call the police. Ain't like I went to jail or nothing. They just make me sit down, call my mama. Mom's come get me, ended up giving me probation. Like I didn't even have no way court proceed, no nothing. Like it was like a super slap on the wrist. Like I'm like, I don't whatever. Did you? Yeah, all right, it's just like a squabble, whatever, call it a day.
Let me recap. You said the first time you got into any trouble was at a riot at your high school.
Yeah.
They tried to blame you for stuff. They didn't have any proof, and you got expelled, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time you got in any trouble, but you weren't in any legal trouble. Did they arrest you?
Hell no.
Okay, so you weren't in any legal trouble from that riot in high school. Now you're telling me about the police jumped out the bushes.
That's when I got kicked out of. All right, so I got kicked out of high school. I got kicked out of Upper High, right?
And then you got kicked. You got kicked out of continuation school.
I got kicked out of there. Got kicked out of continuation school, and it was somewhere in between, like right there with the shit with the damn playing with the paintball gun shit, right? Boom. Then that shit like was nothing, disappeared, and then it was the.
They arrested you
and
for
then
that?
After that, huh?
Did they arrest you for the paintball thing?
They hit me with a little detain, call my mama situation, and she came going nuts. I'm like, man, Yeah, I did it. Yeah, my bad. Then I explained like I explained it to her. I'm like, look, the tank. I've been trying to figure out how to work it. I figured it out because we kept trying to go to the paintball field. Though every time we went, everybody got these real guns, so they tearing us up with the double triggers and the battery operated hopper, so it moved fast. They tearing us up. So we went to go get some, but we couldn't figure out how to work it. So we still didn't go to the field. So when I finally figured it out, I'm happy I finally learned. Boom. I ain't had the damn paintball gun operating a whole 10 minutes before I didn't shot into the bushes and they didn't call the police type of shit. Well,
Okay,
ain't no
so
type of.
the police only detained you for this paintball situation.
Yeah, they made my mama come get me and let me go.
Okay, so that's not any real trouble. When's the first time you got arrested?
Shit on this case.
When you say this case, we're not talking about the paintball thing.
Oh man, I'm acting. Yeah. Nah, when I went to jail for 13 years, that was the first time I've been arrested.
Okay, so talk to me about what led to you being arrested and spending 13 years in prison. Because up to this point, you've only been detained for a paintball situation, and that's nothing. What happened?
Oh
Anthony?
yeah. Shit. I ain't like I told the police. I didn't come in here filling out a job application. Do your job. You asking me, you asking me what happened and what this person did. Shit, go do your job. Ain't that what you get paid for? So, in a full aspect, do I know? Do I know? Yeah. Was it my job to tell y'all? No, that's what y'all get paid for.
So
Still to this
what were the
day.
police asking you about?
Oh, aiding and abetting to an armed robbery. Talking about because I knew who did it and I wouldn't tell them the information, so that made me an aider and abetter, made me just as guilty as the person that did the damn robbery. I was
So
just sitting there like,
you were accused of being with somebody who committed armed robbery,
mm-hmm.
and
They
because you
tried to
wouldn't.
say I went. They tried to say I went in there to do the I do not know how to control these lights, bro. They
Don't
tried
worry
to
about
say
it.
I went in there to case out the store. Even the store owner, when it's time to come to court, he didn't case out the store. Like literally, I walked in the store. It's like you walk in, boom, the register's right here, right? This the rest. Oh, shit, this the rest of the store. I never looked at all of this. I came straight into the register. I walked in there with cash in my pocket. I'm pulling out cash. I tell him, I'm trying to find you. I think I was like, I'm trying to find you a small bill because I ain't about to give you nothing big. Only thing I did was buy a pack of gum. That was the most expensive $4.03 I ever got back in my life.
Did the place get robbed?
Yeah, it got robbed.
But it didn't get robbed by you.
Hell nah.
And you
Do I?
knew who, but you knew who did it, and you wouldn't tell the police.
Yeah, ain't my job.
So I want to make sure I understand. This is a convenience store. It did get robbed. It was an armed robbery. It was somebody that you knew. You were with the person. Did you know he was gonna rob the place?
Hell no. No. All right, so if you know somebody about to go do a robbery, right? Like, okay, I got this chain on, right? I got another chain that says my first name writ out that mom's got me when I was 13. My first name writ out in diamonds going across, right? Boom. And I got a Culver City High School beanie on, pulled back. Like I just took off my hat, right? You could see my entire face with my beanie pulled back, and I got a chain on that say my first name. Now, who the hell about to go rob a store? No, a store about to get robbed, and this is what you got on. I ain't got a ski mask on. I ain't got my head down like I'm hiding. I ain't got nothing on, let alone the chain says my name, clear as daylight. It says Anthony II on it.
So
Anthony with the little.
what kind of friend is this? Is gonna have you in the store with him, and he gonna rob it and not tell you?
No, so what? This is why I don't get involved in, as people say, dick and pussy situations, right? So this, this is why this shit cost me. I had this like this add to this be having to do 13, right? All right,
Tell me.
so you right here say you don't mess with her no more, right? Bet. Now we all hanging out, so it's like it's four of us hanging out, right? All the time now. We got you outside. We done got you away from the little knucklehead bullshit you been doing, always going to jail doing dumb shit, right? We don't be going to jail. We be party having fun messing with females, right? So you finally like, oh yeah, y'all having fun, so bet. Now you hanging out with us, right? All right, we cool. So you say you don't mess with her no more. Okay, bet. You ask him back when you was messing with this girl, was he like, messing with her too? But this is really his girlfriend. He like, nah, I ain't messing with her. So then he like, all right, so on the turnaround, like I said, we all been hanging out. He like, man, I don't mess with her no more. This one, the other one in the car, he he decides. I mean, I can't even say decide. He telling me like, I'm gonna keep it real with you since we hanging out and shit. I just slid that way a couple days ago, right? But you already said you're not messing with her no more. So That's that. He decides he don't want to go hang out. He's all in his feelings or whatever. Not he go playing like this when people are still using Fruity Loops to make music, right? He going Fruity Loops, making a little song, talking about the dude in the song. But the song was cool. So on this day, we all together. Boom, he done got out his feelings, right? Now we all together. I don't even pay attention that what he's saying in the song, he's talking about him, right? In the song, he called him a pussy fake ass nigga, telling him, when you kissed her, how did I taste? He say some burnt out stuff, right? So of course now these two, I'm driving, these two in the car trying to fight. Boom. Y'all trying to fight. Me and little bro, we ain't letting y'all fight. Boom, y'all tearing up. We over here trying to shop because we on our way to Not Scary Farm. We trying to shop. Y'all tearing up the people's store. Boom, get in the car, leave. Go to the next store. Boom, y'all still trying to fight, throwing stuff around the store. Still trying to fight. Boom, we finally set y'all down. Now, you all amped up and mad. You super amped up, mad. And next thing I know, we get to the next stage of events that leads to, the 13th. So in my head, I'm like, all of this over some dick and pussy shit, I never tell nobody about their female ever in life. If you got something to tell somebody about that girl, make sure you tell them why I'm not around, because that shit cost me 13. I'm not. If I see your girl out of pocket, I ain't saying nothing, and they ain't got nothing to do with me. Nah, that shit dangerous right there. Most gang wars in it, huh?
There was 4 of you in the car.
Yeah.
And there was 4 of you that went into the store?
No. I bounced out the driver's seat, boom. I got the gun. By the time I returned to the car, as I was trying to return to the car, that.
So you and the dude who did the armed robbery went into the store. You got your gun and was on the way back to the car. And he was in the store robbing it?
Shit, I was only he didn't go in the store with me. The person that did the robbery did not walk in that store with me. When I came out the store, I thought I was about to get robbed my damn self.
By who?
Shit, whoever this masked person was in front of me.
So, did you know the person that robbed the store or not? Like, were you friends with the person? Did the person who robbed the store, was he one of the people in the car with you?
That's what they say.
I'm asking you.
Shit. My name ain't on no black and white. I don't know nothing. But that is what was said by the police, was that he was with the person that robbed the store was with me. Also, that I know that they was gonna rob the store and that I knew what was going on. Right? So did I go to jail? Yes. Did the other person that they said do it, go to jail? Yeah. Now, the law people, they too tricky and all of that. I don't even care that convictions is done, trials is done, and all of that. You ain't gonna say I said who the blotter water and go remixing and want to go give somebody else some more time. Oh no, I don't know nothing.
So you've never been in trouble, and tell me about your whole court situation, because you made it obvious that you wouldn't tell who did do it to keep you from going to prison. So what was the whole trial situation like?
Man, all right, so
Hang on. Let me back up. When did you get arrested for this store thing? How many days? How many days after the event?
All right, so Cody got arrested. I got arrested like I think it was like 6 or 8 days later.
Okay, you got arrested 8 days later. They came and got you at your house, or you were in the street. Where were you?
No, I had went to the independent studies where I was doing like my homeschool and stuff. I went up there to go get my to turn in my whatever that I forget what that class is. Why we have to go to court and sit in court. That class though, I went to turn in the paper so I could get my high school diploma because that was like the last thing that my final credit. Turning in this assignment right here so I could get my high school diploma. So that's when I got arrested when I went to turn in my high school the dang on paper, whatever class it was for.
So when they arrested you, did you ever go home again?
Yep, I bailed out a couple days after my 19th birthday.
Okay, so you're out on bail after your 19th birthday. You've been accused of aiding and abetting an armed robber.
Yep. So like when I first went down, Pops came to bail me out. I was like, for what? I ain't even do this. Like I ain't tripping. Why waste 25 bands? Leave me alone. Boom. This ain't nothing. I ain't never been in trouble, so shit is different. Why am I gonna waste some money? I ain't giving you people no money. So then I was in jail for like 3 months. I went to court, and my birthday was coming up. I went to court. My arresting detective, I looked at him. I said, "Man, I'm about to go home. I'm tired of this shit. Y'all. I literally told him y'all full of shit. And y'all be lying. I'm about to go home." He looked at me, smirked, and laughed, and said, "I'm gonna make an example out of you. You ain't gonna go nowhere." I'm like, "All right, shit. Your word, my word. Said what you said, right?" Made it back to the dorm. Got on the phone. Hey, what you doing? Hey, I'm bored. I'm tired of this shit. Come get me. All right, click. Go to the bunk. Boom. They go post bail for me. I had a post bail, get out, walk in court on Monday. Have fun all weekend. Party as soon as I walk out of as soon as I got out of jail. Party, boom. Walk in court on Monday. I guess like when the court stuff be going on, like the DA and all of them, they get updated paperwork as stuff is going on, right? So Miss Youngberg, that was the lady named the prosecutor. That was her name. Boom. Whew, man, her eyes get big as hell because before I guess she get to her new paperwork or whatever, not you see me walking and playing in the hallway. Walking in the courtroom, she looking at me crazy. I look at her, start smiling and laughing. Sit down with my dump truck ass lawyer, hired him for no damn reason. Sit down with this dump truck. Detective Pleasant ended up walking in. That's the detective that arrested me. He looking at me crazy. I literally said, "I told you I was going home," and that was that. And then so now you said like about trial. I said I ain't never been in trouble before, right? So while the whole time they picking the jurors and doing all of this kind of stuff, man, I'm like this. If you remember the sidekicks, you flip your screen and all of that, man. Yeah. I got my lawyer. You're paid to represent me and do your job, right? In my head, like I said, I ain't never been in trouble. So the only thing I know about you go to jail, a lawyer, bail, send some money type of situation. All of the little aspects that I don't know. Whole time we going through court proceedings, I'm on my phone like this. Whatever. All right, they said what? Or I'll be on my phone. The DA say something, I'll be like, she lying. I look at my lawyer, she lying. She lying. And you ain't supposed to directly talk to the judge. I remember a couple of times telling the judge, "Your Honor, she's a liar. Your Honor, that's not true. Your Honor, that's not me." Like stuff like that. But then I used to joke and clown her, man. Why your knees so ashy? What's up with your hair? Like why your nose so big? I used to.
You were saying this in court?
Like why we ain't in why the judge and them ain't talking and we sitting here or before we walk in and as we walking in and stuff. What? I'm shooting jokes and clowning. I would never, if I ever in this life got in trouble again, would I ever talk shit about another DA that's trying to send me to jail? Would I ever make another joke?
Why didn't your attorney tell you to shut up?
He used to always tell me to shut up. I used to tell him, "Well, I gotta shut up. I don't like her. She lying on me." But then I'd be like, "But look at her." He'd be like, "No, you can't." He didn't ever say. I ain't gonna say he ever says you can't. He's like, "Man, just shut up, man. Fuck her. Punk ass bitch lying on me. Got me going through this bullshit, man. Tell this bitch dismiss this shit. Let me go on about my business. Fucking with me for nothing."
So I'm trying to piece together. You made bail, but now you're back in court. They had selected a jury, and you pled
Oh,
not guilty. You pled not guilty, right?
yep. So I'm a,
Could you have gotten off since you didn't do it? If you would have told who did do it, would the case against you have been dismissed?
pretty sure. For sure, like they wouldn't give me a severance because they said if they give me a severance, they wouldn't have no evidence to stick to continue me on what they call it, carryover or whatever, not and all that other kind of stuff. None of it made sense to me back then, but now me looking at it, I'm like, oh, you had to keep me together so you could convict me with him. You couldn't try me by myself because you had no evidence on me. That's what you basically were saying. You got nothing on me. You got this dumbass with his snitching. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that out loud. But him, you got me doing all of this with his tell the truth ass or tell a lie. It ain't even the truth. Tell the lie ass. So I couldn't get a severance. Boom. So go through the whole little motion. I was out on bail for a couple months. One of the witnesses get beat up, get maxed out. I go back to court. I don't even know what happened. I go to court. They rearrest me. Take away my bond because they trying to say I did it. Boom. So I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do with the shit. If I was gonna do something to the damn witness, she done told you plenty of times. She done seen me at different clubs and different parties since I've been out on bail. I ain't never spoke to her. I ain't got nothing to do with you. Boom. They pull up some little phone records and they like clear as daylight. It wasn't Mr. Logan. That had nothing to do with it. This conversation right here shows who the blot of water, right? Dumbass. Once again, dumbass. But conversation shows who the blot of water, right? But then they wouldn't give me back my bail because they said I had access to too much. I had access to too much money. She didn't hit me with a flight risk. She just said you have to make a phone call the same way like I did when I bailed out, just to call and say I'm bored, come get me, or to come in. Man, motherfucker was tripping off my jury coming to court, everything. I was like, you petty Betty.
So talk to me, Anthony, because we haven't discussed. You've talked about you having money and jewelry. You haven't told me what type of job you had. How was you bringing in cash? How was you bringing in some money? We haven't talked about that.
How was I bringing in money, huh?
Yeah.
The well, like the chain I got on right now, this chain got passed down to me when I think I was 13 when Pops gave me this chain. This was his chain. My other chain, Mom's gave me. My watch, diamond bracelet, and all that. That came from Pops. He gave me all. Like he didn't care about the jury, so I used to always play in the jury. So he gave me all of the jury. All his jury became my jury. Still to this day, only thing I'm missing is the tennis bracelet. It disappeared miraculously while I was in jail. But past that, I did do a lot of electrical work with Pops. Yep, sure did. I still, like I said earlier, I do it still with him, right? Like I wire up a whole house and stuff. Ain't like I had bills.
So that was your only form of income, was helping him with electrical stuff.
Uh,
You being straight up with me or what?
look, I'm pleading the fifth, bro. I don't know these. Look, I may deal and work a lot with law enforcement, change person, things of that nature, right? But them people, they not right. Them is some crooks. Them is some real gang members right there. Them police. That whole thing. So they
I'm
ain't
not.
all.
I'm not. I'm not asking you what you're doing now. We know you work for ARC.
No, 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 no.
I'm
I
asking
know.
you back then at 19 years old, what was you doing to make money?
I know what you're saying, right? And I ain't a legal beagle to know if I done hit a statute of limitation for something I say for them to come fucking with me
Okay,
on my move.
you can't tell me what you were doing to make money back then.
Shit.
It's cool.
I put it like this: between doing electrical work with Pops and doing a whole lot of party promotion and stuff like that. Like my name, I used to be on a million flyers. All of us be on a few of us. I ain't gonna say all of us. A few of us used to be on a million flyers because we started renting out venues because we started making so much money at the party. We started renting out venues, and having big ass party, the clash of the IE versus LA, all of this stuff between at Victoria when Victoria Gardens got shot up during one of our parties, different arenas and all kinds of stuff. That was
So
like before people was having all them little party cliques and stuff.
party
But
promotion, electrical work, and your other stream of revenue, you'd rather not talk about.
there we go.
All right. So you're in court, you're on trial for armed robbery. And they accused you of aiding and abetting an armed robber, or did they accuse you straight up of armed robbery?
It was PC 211 something, but how I always remember it was y'all charged me with aiding and abetting to an armed robbery, and y'all
That's what
bigger
you're
thing
charged
that
with.
yeah 211. Y'all used to say it all the time like withholding information and evidence is a crime and makes you guilty, like whatever. If that's the way that America set up for this law, that's crazy as hell. That y'all need to go revisit that revise that.
So
3 years for the 3 years aiding and abetting to the 211, 10-year gang enhancement, 10-year gun enhancement stay time because they said I had no knowledge of the gun. 10-year for the gang because they said by me not snitching and stuff like that, we're operating as a gang would do. I got no FI card, no gang, none of that little stuff like the police him you up and get you. You know, I ain't got none of that on me. Well, for sure got it now, but didn't have none of that on me and all of that kind of stuff, right? So they used me not talking. Man, the difference between LA and the IE it's a huge difference, especially when they come with that gang banging, all right? Like them gang experts out there, man, they must watch a movie or they got a fairy tale in their damn head. They ain't got no type of real life knowledge about nothing. They some dumbasses. They may have changed now, but for sure then, that shit ain't make no sense.
So you pled not guilty. Tell our viewers, for everybody who's just checking in live, I'm interviewing Anthony Logan. He spent 13 years incarcerated, and we getting into his court trial and him pleading not guilty. He's talking about his charges. You plead not guilty.
I got you.
You plead not guilty, and you're found guilty. But what was your ultimate? What did they ultimately hit you with? Because you talked about the enhancements and
13 years.
So 13 years max.
13 years max with 80. What was it? 13 with 85%. I think it was. Yeah, I did the whole 13. I was not your role.
Huh? You just broke up. So tell me this. Tell me again. 13 years what?
I had 13 years with 85%, but I did the whole 13 off of 13. I was not your role model inmate. So, I was not the. Yeah.
You caught 3 years, but then you got enhancements. And from what I've understood from other people who have spent time in prison is that the enhancements are merely accusations that they don't have to prove.
Nah, that's all that shit was. That shit was crazy. That shit tripped me out. They ain't had to prove it, had no nothing. They just, if it fit, they roll with it.
So your 3 years was for aiding and abetting armed robbery. What were the enhancements and what were the years attached to the enhancements?
10 years for the gang enhancement, for operating as gangs do, and then 10-year gun enhancement. But they did the 10 years. It was stay time, so it was like struck or stricken or however they would put it, right? And they did that because they said that there was no knowledge that I knew about the gun because the gun was pulled out in the store on camera and put back up in the store on camera, like as the person was walking out the store type of situation.
So, Anthony, when you were first being questioned about this incident by law enforcement, were you in one of those interrogation rooms?
Yeah, I was up in there laughing. I remember telling
hang on. In the interrogation room, did they try and make it sound like they had evidence that you did it, or were they trying to get you to tell on the person that did it from the jump?
you had them trying to say that I was with this person. Oh, the whole time they was trying to get me to tell on this dummy.
So they
That's
knew
the whole.
you. So they knew you didn't do it.
Yeah, they were like, just tell us what he did. Just tell us that it was him. Just tell us what he was wearing. Just tell us why he did it. Just what? They said he had on black. I said he had on white. They kept asking me questions. I said, stop asking me questions that don't pertain to me. That ain't my business. I don't know.
But you knew.
Huh? Something like that.
So the reason why I'm asking you this is remember when we were at Loyola Marymount and we had cops from LAPD and he asked a question and I got this clip. I made a clip and put it on TikTok for those of you that are watching.
I bet you're gonna say when I say I do it again, I'm still that same person. I just grew up. I don't care about it.
No, well, I don't remember what your answer was. I just remember what his question was. So for our viewers, we have a TikTok channel and we have a lot of content based on conversations that we have during our game changer events with law enforcement and community residents. Anthony has participated in probably 10 game changer training events. And in LAPD, I think he was a sergeant. Maybe he was a lieutenant. He asked Anthony, was it worth doing 13 years instead of telling who committed the crime? And you said you would have done everything exactly the way you did it. You would not
Yeah,
have told.
I wouldn't do nothing different. Like I may be changed, I may be humble, I may be legit all the way working, right? But if I wanted your job, I go apply for your job. I don't want your job, right? At the same token, the same shit that gang members and just people in general do on the streets is the same shit the police do. People on the streets cover up for each other. Police cover up for each other. What's the difference? Ain't my job to tell you what's going on, just like it ain't your job to tell me who you are. You done covered up for. Well, shit. If you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. If you ain't got no morals and values about yourself, then you still ain't found yourself. I'm comfortable with myself. I'm comfortable with my decisions.
So you were not afraid to go to prison.
Nah, man. When the shit happened with the witness, and they got to talking about throwing this case out and witness intimidation and this, that, and the third, and they carry life without the possibility. I sat up in my chair, poked my chest out, lifted my chin up, and hunched my shoulders. They said, "Shit, it is what it is. It is what it is." I still ain't about to say nothing, cause legit, I didn't even know what this whole situation with the witness was, and that shit came down to once again some dick and pussy shit. Got nothing to do with me.
So you're guilt. They find you guilty. You didn't aid and abet, and you didn't intimidate any witness, and now you're going to prison for two things that you didn't do.
Yeah, that
What?
whole aid and abetting crap, they within like 2 weeks, that whole little shit was kicked out.
But you went to prison for it.
No, I just went to prison for the they was talking about dropping the case, but they didn't. They just kicked that whole little they kicked that whole shit out. The females coming to court fighting each other, stealing shit. While they were trying to say I had something to do with these, I'm in jail. Y'all still fighting. Y'all looking at phone records. Y'all at the courtroom in the park line and everything else. Ain't got shit to do with me. Do I know everybody? That's a different ball game. Got something to do with it? Nah.
So you cast 13 years. Refresh my memory. You do 13 years for exactly what? What were you convicted of?
Aid in the armed robbery and gang enhancement. 10 for the gang, 3 for the crime, for the armed robbery, aid in the
10 for the gang enhancement, 3 years for aiding and abetting an armed robbery.
Yep.
You said something about the police. What were your thoughts about the police back then?
Man, the police, like growing up, like I said, going back and forth between moms and pops house, the police in Riverside, shit, they taught me how to shoot a gun. Hell, my best friend in elementary, dad, was like he was a sheriff. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he used to pick me up from school, go back home with him. His wife He was a sheriff. His wife was a teacher at the school. They picked me up, started us off. Me and his son, can't remember his son's name. Started us off shooting the BB guns to the BB gun rifles to the 22s to the 25s, putting one bullet in at a time, setting up the little stuff. It's in Riverside. It was a gang of dirt fields, and the mountains was behind the houses. Setting up different little, like obstacles out in the field, and we shooting at them. I, yeah, I ain't had no problem. Like I hear people like, "Oh, fuck the police," fuck the. I'm like, shit, they ain't fucking with me. I ain't shit. Hell, I didn't sat down and had dinner and lunch with them. They didn't pick me up from school, not in uniform or nothing, but I know who y'all are. So I felt like I knew you as a person, not to say I knew all of y'all, right? So I ain't had no problem with y'all. And then y'all take me to jail. I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers crooked as hell. This is what everybody else be talking about. It's two different sides to y'all. Just like you can't say everybody walking up and down the street with tattoos is guilty. So just like you can't say all the police is guilty, right? It's good and bad ones, right? It's on you. You got to filter out, which is kind of fucked up and it makes everybody stereotype. You got to filter out to figure out who is who and what is what. But
So
the way we,
there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who don't think that there are any good cops, and you just said there's good and bad ones.
Yeah, like I can't remember out of the Inglewood, out the Inglewood area. Older guy, been on the force a long time. I think I did 1 or 2 game changers with him, right?
Light skinned dude, Scott.
Yeah,
Scott Collins.
Yeah,
Scott.
Yeah, like Scott, right? Scott, he like really cool people. He down to earth. Like we really done seen them game changer events and really had conversation to where shit got to talking about food, right? We had game changer events where I brought people from work and they done left with one of the LAPD. I think it was a baseball game you took. It was a baseball game or a football game, and I'm trying to take the whole group back home. He comes back to the car to get his stuff to put it in the police car to go finish watching the game. If you remember the other game changer event with one of my colleagues, he didn't realize the guy sitting next to him was the police. They sitting here sharing a plate of ranch and barbecue, and he was so excited once he realized.
That was at the hockey game. That was at the Kings.
The hockey game with Kenny. You feel me? So
yeah, he was bugging. I remember that he was bugging. He's like, this man. Like, I share my hot sauce with this man.
Yeah, that's Kenny, right? So it's like. But now them is just that's like a few out of all of the ones that we done dealt with. I done dealt with doing these game changer things with you, right? Sean Good, right? Then you got the ones, I can't remember everybody's name because I did it so many times, right? Then you got the ones that want to abuse their authority, right? Like if you remember the one where I brought the group of the youngsters with me, right? And the police you already know what I'm talking about, right? You abusing your authority, like, bro. You flexing like that, like, yeah, we all right, bet we done been in jail, we done did this, that, and the third. But why is you getting at us like that? Like, I got mine on me. Like, what if I responded like, shit, I got mine too. What's up? Like, you on bullshit. But that wasn't even our response. We was like, oh shit, you got that, you over abusing your authority. Like, we cool, we'll step away from you. We ain't even here for that. But that's just to show like you got the good and the bad ones, you feel me? And this is all considered like a low-key safe space when we come to your game changer events, right? So like the police, you could opt out of coming to this if you don't want to participate, right? But what did you do? You showed us that you realistically want to come and you came in here on some asshole shit, right? And then you and your partner stuck up for each other. So what does that show me? With you and your partner sticking up for each other, you two right here probably done covered up a whole lot of shit. Got a gang of people in jail for nothing. Cause you ready to buddy and cover up for each other. I ain't trying to insult nobody's character or nothing. I'm just saying stereotyping as they would do.
So your first bad experience with law enforcement was during the whole process of you being tried and convicted for something you didn't do, and you saw that the officers were trying to get you to tell on the dude that actually committed the crime. Or would you say that's your first negative experience, like majorly negative experience with law enforcement?
That was for sure the biggest. I done had other encounters with them where it's like bullshit negative. Like you done had them where we at a party, they shut down their party and they get on bullshit. It's cops and robbers. Fast as you can, you ain't catching me. Things like that. Little riots, little melees after school, same thing. Ain't messing with the police, sit me down. Them taking a few different people I knew growing up, like to jail, left and right for different shit. Some shit I was like, nah, I don't see that person doing it or whatever now, right? But then they disappear for a long time. Family members too, right? Then some people, I'm like, shit, I know them motherfucker did. You feel me? But I ain't like, I'm about to say it out loud. It's just like, damn, your ass funny. Not even your funny got caught. Like, damn, they got you for that shit. Like, damn, that's fucked up. Like, it is what it is, but shit.
So when you got locked up, where was the facility that you were incarcerated?
So I got locked up. I went from San Bernardino County Jail to Tehachapi for reception. From Tehachapi for reception to New Delano and Kern Valley on a 180 for a couple years. Then from there, I got sent down to Calipat. That's where I basically came home from, was Calipat.
So you did most of your
270.
time at Calipat.
Like it was like half and half.
Okay. How did you do your time? How did you
What you
occupy your time when you were in prison mostly?
My C file says that I like to fight a lot. I don't do drugs, but I kept a cell phone. I in the GED class for a little while. I was like the teacher aide to the police. Start being on too like this whole little court proceeding and going to jail. It really made me be on some like asshole shit towards the police, right? So everything you said to do, I'm doing everything opposite, right? Y'all showed me that this shit was all about politics and money. Well, shit, I got some money. Shit, and I played politics. What you gonna do? Like, okay, bet. How much it costs? Okay, I want a cell phone. Bet. Thank you. Leave me alone. You feel me? Going by my day. I was a GED clerk, helping the teacher's aide. I was a porter. I think the best job I had in jail though was a plumber. Like when Martin got me in Calipat into the back and I started being a plumber, that like gave me a new experience and that shit was fun. Being a plumber. Like I'm in jail talking about it was fun. Shit. Doing the plumbing and electrical work in jail. And like I said, I always like to party. So I kept a radio even when they was banned from prison. I kept the radio, the Super 3, the Dream Machine, the J-Win, boom, make a lot of noise and shit. I'm still in there drinking. We making White Lightning, man, running through that on a daily basis. I'm drinking this. I'm chilling. I'm having fun.
How did you
Did the
make
time,
White
didn't
Lightning?
let the time do me.
How did you make White Lightning?
Oh, you gotta make the pruno first out of the fruit with some sugar, let it ferment with the kicker, let it cook, let it all the way leave out, right? Then strain off the fruit. And then you gotta take the pruno, right? And throw it into like another bucket. You gotta make you a stinger. Like sometimes you're gonna use the finger clip, sometimes you're gonna use the E-plates, the little things inside the fan plates, and all, and like wherever you could find like some little simple metal from, right? You make the stinger. Take the bucket, drop it inside of a bag, tie the bag to it, get a filter, run this bag through it, make your catcher bag to catch it, poke a hole, drop the stinger, plug it in. Depending on how hot your metal was and your stinker was, get like 45 minutes, you got a whole little 16-ounce cup. And depending on how much sugar you put on it, gonna depend on how strong your liquor is. If it wasn't oily when I do my cup like that, I'm not drinking it.
How were you able to do all this in prison without getting caught?
Shit, it was cops and robbers. Shit, if you catch me, you catch me. If you don't, you don't. Shit, I got my shit. Keep the smell down.
So, did you have any? Were you ever concerned about having any beef with any of the inmates that could have potentially cost you your life?
Hell no, no. I didn't care because I always used like when they used to be like, man, you gotta stay out of trouble. I gotta release that. I'm gonna get there when I get there. Like I ain't about to be scared of nothing or shutting down, not doing this, that, and the third. This program time. I'm in here. It is what it is. Whatever come with it, come with it. I used to tell people fast, like they always say, like God put his toughest angels through. He put his toughest angels through the biggest battles or whatever. Not right. If so, my whole outlook in life was shit. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If I die up in here, I die up in here. Still the day to day, like shit. Something happened. It was just my time to go. I ain't scared. It is what it is. Not that I'm running to death or nothing like that, but it's like, shit, what you gonna be scared for what? Now I'm gonna be living in fear. Next thing you know, look, that's 13 years, right? I still got my whole hairline. I ain't got no gray hairs. I ain't got no bald spots. I'm good. Like I don't let nothing stress me out because why are you gonna stress yourself for something you can't control? I can't control that y'all got me stuck up in here. Y'all telling me where to go. I just gotta somewhat go along with y'all rules, right? Bet. whatever. I'm gonna get in some more trouble. All right, man. So what? I'm still get out when we get to that when we get to there. I remember when I first started and they gave me my release date. My original release date was like probably like 4 years, probably like 4 years sooner than when I actually got out because I had maxed out my time, like from all them fuck up credits, right? Man, I just hunched my shoulders about it. Get it right up, whatever, shit. It was worth it. It was worth it. It was fun while it lasted. Whatever, got to make the best out the situation. That was the whole thing. Make the best out the situation. Don't stress yourself out. Don't be calling your family stressing they self out. Like my grandpa, rest in peace. I'll call him someday, sitting in my cell, call him, and I'd be like, "What's up, grandpa? What you doing? Like, how your day going?" He'd be like, "Shit, listening to you, I'm having a great day. How can I complain about my day? My grandson sitting in the jail cell, smiling and laughing." I'm like, in my head, I'm smiling and laughing, but I'm tired of this motherfucker. This hard ass bunk, uh, hard ass toilet paper, telling me how long I could shower and stuff like that. Yeah. I just shit. It was what it was.
You just said to me that they had you in prison for and it was out of your control, but it was in your control. You made a decision not to tell.
Yeah, I mean, what I mean by out of my control is I'm here, y'all. I can't walk to this door and walk out and go home. That's what I mean by out of my control shit. I know my decisions got me here. I know I could have easily talked and went home. It is what it is. I didn't do it. I don't believe in that. It is what it is. Um, Out of my control. Hell, I wish you throw shit. 13, was that like 15 years? Y'all should have threw me the key to the damn door in the gate. Let me walk out. I'd have figured out how to walk home. I don't care where y'all got me at, but I couldn't control that part. Couldn't get your key.
It didn't bother you facing 13 years of losing your freedom in an environment that you had never been in. You weren't scared at all to go to prison.
Nah, I didn't even know what prison was, where I was going to, right? I just looked at it like shit, wherever it is what it is. Like it ain't nothing that I'm scared of, right? So always like all my life, always like Batman, right? I ain't into video games and all that, like the superheroes and all the little that shit, right? I always like Batman. I always like Batman because anything he feared, he went head into it. He was scared of that Batcave, right? As a kid, but he walked up in there with all them bats, overcame your fear, right? So I tell you fast, if I'm nervous or scared of a situation, I really ain't even nervous or scared of it. I just more or less don't know what the outcome gonna be, and I'm gonna walk dead bang into it. If I run into a brick wall and crash out, I run into a brick wall and crash out. But I'm not gonna let it scare me, fear me, or deviate anything I'm about to do. I'm gonna keep going forward, continue course.
What was the first moment for you when you were in prison where you felt it, where you're like, damn, I'm in prison?
When I when I got to reception and they said take your clothes off. What? Like strip our county jail strip, right? Then when I left the county, I gave my real clothes to put back on. They're like, strip down. You can either send your clothes back home or throw them away. I'm like, man, I don't want shit y'all people done touched on, right? But I'm really sitting there like you really mean get stripped down and put that shit on? Like, damn, all right, I already been in the county jail, so I'm used to like y'all throwing me the clothes to put on and stuff like that, right? Bet, do it. Then they send me to that cell. That my first cell going in. That damn door said clinker, 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 clinker. Bow. I was like, so I sat back on the bunk. I didn't even undo the mattress, put no sheets or nothing down, right? I just kept staring out at the damn door. And then I started staring out the back window into Hatch. I was just staring. I don't know how long I was staring for. It seemed like it was for forever. And then it was like, fuck, I'm here. What's gonna come with this? What's gonna happen now? Shit, write letters home. Ain't doing nothing else in reception. Write letters home. Like shit, telling everybody like don't stress about me. I'm cool. Baby mama pregnant at the time. Don't stress over me. I'm straight. Go ahead, live your life. Shit, I'm stuck in jail. One monkey don't stop a show. Do what you do. I ain't tripping. And shit, that first morning, I remember the first time being able to like walk out the cell to go get chow. That shit is like a whole new environment. So I remember like walking like in a daze, like just looking at all these old ass cell doors, these big ass dudes, bigger than me and shit. My first fight in prison, I was fighting my ass. I was fighting hard as hell. I felt like everybody was way bigger than me. I was only So I was 20. Was I 20? I think I was still 19. Or I had just turned 20 when I hit the yard. I was fighting hard as hell. I felt like everybody was like, they was all like this to me. I'm little.
And at the
But
time, you were 6'1", 6'2", 250, and you're saying you're little.
man, I'm little. These old cornbread fed looking ass people, Jolly Green Giant motherfucker, bro, they was big. Like I don't know, maybe because I was so young, but them dudes was big. I remember Dexter arms is like this. Talking about some good morning, man. Good morning, my ass, bro. Get your big ass away. Get your big ass away from me. I remember like listening to people like in reception, they talking about like making the shanks and stuff, right? I'm like, he like one of them people that was talking about for that shank, because I don't even what if I hit him and it don't even register that I punch you in the jaw? He just really mollywop me type of situation.
What was you fighting over? Your first fight, what was it over?
Man, oh
Do you,
shit. The first fade, it was supposed to be a DP. It was a DP that turned into a head up fucking with me because the other person he was having a bad day. Me and him got into it while we were playing football, and I on the yard. And oh boy, he basically had did something to somebody else and then lied about it, so the truth came out. I fresh on the yard, and I always remember like going through reception, and even in the county jail, they was always like, shit, when you hit the yards, you gotta put a demonstration down to let people know, like set the tone as far as we're coming to mess with you, right? And then I get to the actually prison to see how big y'all is. Man, hell yeah, I put hands on that boy. He knocked his little tooth out. He was a little, he had a little snore about it. It was cool. I know my old Sally Richard, he out of jail now too. Came out from under a life sentence. We was talking about it maybe like 2 weeks ago. He was like, bro, you remember when, because he had been in prison longer than me, but we same age. Uh, like, remember when you did that? He said, you did that. Like, like you was still confused after you did it. Like, damn, what the hell did I just do? Because they done made the whole yard get down, and all of that. Like, they running over there. This dude, he all knocked out. He ain't got no fight left in him. He's shit. He was snoring.
so the yard got locked down over your fight with this one dude.
Yeah, they shouldn't. Well, you know, like the yard down situations where they come, put
Gotcha.
us in some more handcuffs, take us to the program office, and all that old crap. Yeah, that.
Did they tack on more time to your sentence, or you just had to do what was your discipline for that?
What I get? I think I got like 30 days lost a yard, and then I think I got like 30 or 90 days of bad credits. I forgot how much shit I got for a fight.
So there's
I think
there's a credit system. If you reach a certain point, then they're gonna add more time to your sentence. Is that how that works?
nah. So when you catch them write ups, them 115s, they depending on what the write up is for, you get however many days. Like you say like I said, like I have to do 85% of my 13, right? So that little extra little 15%, that shit got ate up with disciplinary action between all my write-ups across time. 90 days here, 30 days here, 60 days here. You could get a write-up. Then I think with some write-ups, then you got to be clean for like 6 months, and then you get your time back. But shit, 6 months is a long time in prison, and
To
being
stay
young and
clean, to
high
stay
headed.
clean.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a long time in prison and being young. You trying to tell me to walk a fine line for 6 months to get my time back? It is what it is. If I make it there, I make it there. If I don't, I don't.
so
And most of
in 13 years, how many fights do you think that you've been in when you were there?
shit, I don't know. A lot, a lot. Um, I had a lot of fights. Like most people in jail, I ain't gonna say most. A lot of people in jail got addiction issues, and only thing I do is drink, keep cell phone, and cat food. I did not eat steak food. I don't like that. I don't know who touched it. I don't know who cooked it. Don't be breathing on my food. Reception, I lost a lot of weight because I'm not eating that shit. Canteen ain't coming. So I kept a gang of food in myself. Of course, that's gonna bring jealousy. I'm in prison with damn near anything and everything somebody want, and everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of people are off drugs and shit like that. So they fiending, they calling home to their family. They need some money. They want to do this. They want to do that. Then you come look at me. You see canteen bags, packages getting dropped off at my door nonstop. You, damn, I'm always on a cell phone or something of the sort. Always, it's always something going on. Like I ain't messing with y'all, but you don't see me running to the state phone because I'm trying to call somebody. Nah, I'm on my own. I'm on my own phone in the cell on the turnaround. We go on lockdown. I got enough food to last me a couple months on a lockdown without eating a noodle. I'm eating burritos and nachos and want to fry fish in the cell and make random little stuff into eating the spreads and all of that kind of stuff. I'm making a real meal almost like I'm at home.
I've
Damn near every
always
day.
felt like I've always felt like that phrase hell on earth or heaven on earth. I've always felt like prison is the closest thing to being in hell on earth. And
Man,
you shaking your head in agreement.
hell yeah, that shit like hell on earth. I don't even think you need. I don't look. I ain't even in it. Like I'm not a dog person. I like monkeys and fish. Why I like them too? Cause you ain't fucking with them. They ain't fucking with you, right? That's me. You ain't fucking with me. I ain't fucking with you, right? But I ain't even. I don't even think you need to lock a dog in a damn dog in a garage or a dog kennel. And then that's what that shit. That little ass runway that they gave us as a jail cell is work. It's just like a dog kennel. Don't even lock the dog in there. Let the dog be free. That shit terrible. You gotta shit and piss right here and lay your head right. You gotta shit and piss right here and then lay your head right here. Like what is this? What is I can only walk this far to the front and back. Man, get it. That ain't cool. That is I'm about to say the word all the way wrong, but that's like uh that's humiliating in essence, but that's also like dehumanization or whatever the word I'm trying to
You
say,
said it
bro.
right.
But that's
You said it
just
right.
I did.
Dehumanization.
Yeah, that's man, that's all this shit is. Like, this is what you want. You want to come. I can't sleep in peace because you want to walk by and knock on the door when I actually decide I want to go to sleep. You want to beat on the door to make me get up for count. Like, man, get the hell away from here. Leave me the hell alone. Damn.
And I've always thought about the bed. What if you go into prison and got back problems? They don't care. You have to sleep on a bed and make the best of it. Is that true?
But hell to the yeah for the 99.9%. Only thing you're gonna get a bottom bunk chrono, so you don't gotta get on the top bunk, right? You may get a double mattress chrono, even though you're gonna have every other asshole cop come in the damn thing and take away your double mattress, right? So you back down to one mattress. Or sometimes you might get that mattress pad, right? But ain't none of this like a Tempur-Pedic or nothing really good for your back. That's damn shit hurt. I told you earlier, late coming. I thought I was gonna be late coming to do this because I went to the doctor. That's because all that time is ain't like I got no real doctor attention. Got tore ligaments in my knee. Now we talking about doing surgery. My back toe up, but it's toe up from snowboarding, right? But at the same token, I'm stuck laying on this concrete slab for 13 years.
Why did the cops take your mattress?
They'll take your mattress on some asshole shit because technically you're not supposed to have two mattresses. But if you got the doctor chrono, you can hide a second mattress. But they ain't like the police about to sit there and go read the board or read whatever they notes is or whatnot to know that you're supposed to have two mattresses.
So talk to me about your relationship with the correctional officers.
Shit. For the most part, we was good. Politics and money. Politics and money.
Talk to me about that.
You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. I might I got money. Do you got what I want? Simple as that. Like all I want is a cell phone. I don't. I'm not. What I can't do that. That shit. I like music. I need the cell phone. Keep the newest music. Um, I really didn't. I really did. I can't even say I had a whole. I had like a lot of bad shit with the police. Cause shit, I stay out your way. Leave me the hell alone. Besides, I got a cell phone. I definitely don't want to be with you, fucking with you. So you come fucking with me. Hell no. I always looked at it like if I leave you alone, I make your job easy, right? You're gonna leave me the hell alone. So therefore, You do you, I do me. I understand that I ain't supposed to have a cell phone. I understand that you have the authority to randomly search my cell at any time, right? So I understand that a lot of y'all don't got no life at home, or your girl running the house. So you come to work and you want to run the jail cell type of situation, right? This is the only time you got some authority in your relationship. Just talking about the dude cops, right? Boom. So, all right, I see you coming like you see me standing here, right? Bet. Okay, let me feel off your body. Okay, bet. Use a dickhead. Okay, you like this. Let me stay out your way. All right, bet. What? You just want the back window uncovered so you can look through my cell? Bet. I keep that down. I ain't gonna give you a reason to come harassing me. Oh, don't cover up the. All right, bet. I'm gonna give you. That's what you want to leave me the hell alone. Bet. Let me make it look good for you. Bet. Leave me alone. All right. You like to search a lot of cells. Well, I guess I don't need to be on my cell phone while you here.
Did they know you had the cell phone?
Um. Not all. Maybe like one here and there.
And you said you had money, so was that the root of the transaction? They let you keep the phone if you kept something in their pocket.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't. You could keep the phone because you got some money. Wasn't that you could keep the phone if you got some money? How you think she'd get in prison?
You tell me.
Nah, how you think you get up in there? If we stuck in there, we can't go home. We stuck in this cell. We stuck on this prison yard, right? That new phone just came out in that store by your house type shit, right? How
How
you
much
think
did
we
the
get?
how much did the phone cost you?
Shit. My first phone cost me
You understand the
like
question I'm
400.
asking you?
Yeah, my first phone cost me like 400, right? My last phone, I think I spent like that shit was high. I think I spent like 13,000 on just the cell phone, no charger.
13,000 or 1,300?
No, that motherfucker was 13,000.
It
That shit was
cost
high as
you
fuck.
it cost you
This
$13,000 to have your cell phone in prison.
man, that yard got high as a motherfucker because this was coronavirus and all this shit going on. That shit wasn't cool. That shit, I was like on C over C status, right? They talking about coronavirus, this, that, and the third. So like we got one like every other day they let us go to yard and shit like that. So it's like we on the yard, but without being in the hole, but we on the yard, right? So they talking about coronavirus. We ain't got no TVs or nothing on shit status for us, we call it, right? I don't know what the hell a coronavirus is. I'm like, man, I said shoot some drink. They talking about coronavirus. I'm like, bro, if that's what y'all calling the damn white lightning right now, if that's what y'all calling the drink, man, shoot that shit. I get off C over C status. Man, that shit high as a motherfucker. Everything high. The shit used to cost a cup of drink cost $25. If you see this damn coronavirus got shit $75 and $100 driving me crazy. Like, bro, what the hell is this? I'm still gonna buy it, but what the hell is this?
So I'm saying, and you tell me if I'm wrong. When you were quoted the price of $13,000 to to have a cell phone in prison, what was your reaction to that?
You got me fucked up. What the fuck you mean? Is you bullshitting? Then I seen one of my homies on the yard. I'm like, bro, he's like, man, you doing good if you could get it for that. I'm like, is y'all playing? Like, bro, they was just like before when I went to the hole. I think we was paying like $6,000-$7,000 for the phone. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? Like, are you serious? Nah, y'all bullshit. Y'all running. It's some bullshit. It got to be some old phones on this yard somewhere.
You stacked that much money up, Anthony, before you got locked up?
Shit, I was 18 years old. I was out on bail, so I was 19. My baby mama, we had our house.
Say that one more time because you broke up.
When I was 19, before I went to prison, me and my baby mama had our own house.
Okay.
I remember the neighbors coming over one day. They came over one day like, when your parents come home, when your parents are here, we'd like to meet them or some shit like that. I'm like, what you mean when the parents is here? Like, what's up? What you want? They're like, no. I'm like, shit, this is my house. What's up? What you want? Like, oh, what? Shit, our house. She pregnant. Our house. Me and her. What's up?
All right, man. All right. So it seems like what you said, you weren't letting the time do you, you were doing the time. So when you found out what your release date was there any anxiety on your part or were you just ready to get out and did you have a plan when you were getting out?
All right, so I had a plan, right? So all right, watch this. So I get down to like my last 2 years to the house. I've been maxed out, right? Boom. So I go to the program office for committee. They tell me I could go MCRP, which is like it's the Men's Community Reentry Program, right? So at Amity with the ankle monitor, but it's like you still incarcerated, but you back free type of situation, right? So I go through their little thing. They're like, yeah, I qualify. I could go. All right. So they put me up. They tell me within 60 days I should be leaving the yard, right? We 3 months later, I'm still on the yard. So I didn't, that shit don't even exist no more. Like where I didn't got all the way quiet, got out the way. I'm just trying to stay in the cell, do a little workout type of shit, right? I'm back going to the yard. I'm like, man, they some fucking, once again, I'm dealing with dealing with law. They fucking liars. Bet I'm going. I remember we on the I think it was some type of sports game. I hate sports, man. I hate that shit. Like they make too much noise. Like this all yeah, anyway. But it was some type of sports game going on, right? So everybody gets to getting quiet and hollering, like, the police walking in here, police walking with bags. He holler upstairs like, Logan, pack up your stuff. You trans packing. I'm like, what the fuck you mean I'm trans packing? He like, man, you leaving, you gotta go to quarantine because it's during coronavirus. You gotta go to quarantine for a few days before you go to MCRP, right? I'm like, bro, y'all told me that shit so many months ago. That shit don't even exist no more. He came up to the door, had the little paper that came from the program office telling me like I'm moving sales to go over here to Transpac. Boom. I like grab the bags. I look at the homie Eric. Yeah, we gonna use his real name, Eric. I'm like, bro, they just give me my mail, give me my picture, put it in the bag. Let's go. Walk out. Shit, I probably take forever to walk around the whole building telling everybody bye type of shit. I done lived here. I've been here for years. Go to go quarantine. Quarantine take forever. Then I finally go to Amity to the reentry shit, right? I was just more excited, like, man, let's get this shit over with. Let's go, right? So initially when I came home, I said I was gonna go back, go get my contractor's license. I was gonna do the electrical thing, right? I ended up going to ARC to do that cohort program. I go do that cohort program. I go do messing with Caesar and Donnie. I go do my agility test, pass it, flying colors. Last I swear for damn, this looked like flat land. It ended up being a damn hill and a hike when I'm trying to run it. Like I done ran full speed into it, and they want to have me on the Facebook Live page. I like look up. I'm like, you recording me? Yeah. On live? Yeah. I just go back to the office. Like, man, I don't even want to do that. I don't want to sweat. I like to get dressed. I like to be fly. This ain't what I want to do. Start volunteering at ARC as an intern and shit. Turned into the person that you get to see all the time, being an events manager over there. I never had the anxiety though. That was like the whole process of me coming home. But I just ready to get the shit over with. Next chapter of life. What's up? Like even now,
Tell
I'll be
every,
like, all right, bet.
tell everybody who's
Hmm.
watching what ARC is.
ARC is Anti-Recidivism Coalition. Shit, for the most part, you might look at it like reentry programs and stuff of that nature for anybody that's formerly incarcerated coming home. Run groups on all prison yards for men and women, and as well as do for juveniles. Like when the RTA department, transitional age youth, all the youngsters coming out of DJJ, YA, Barry J, forget the other one, all the little juvenile camps and stuff. Got provide housing. As long as we got capacity, men, women, youth, a gang of resources to help them out with different stuff. On Friday, we on our way to Sacramento to go on a youth retreat. Therapy groups, family reunification, you name it, we offer it. As far as like how it used to be when people come home out of prison and they can't find a job, 98% of the company, the organization is former lifers and long termers. Like the CEO Sam, what did bro do? Bro did like 24 24, 26 years in the pen. And what is it, EDCO? He the boss. Hell, that's who he is. That Sam, right? But that is it becomes like a lot of times people do a gang of time in jail. They ain't got no family and no support system. They come to ARC, shit, you got family, you got support system. And every time you think you blink, they invite you out to somewhere, got something else going on, got a program or something else of the nature.
What has it done for you when you think about what you could have been doing when you got out of prison? How has ARC helped you since you've gotten out?
It really opened up my eyes to all of the different aspects of jail and the re-entry, right? And then within myself, like it gave me something to positively do to give back that I learned that I started having a passion for, right? As far as still in prison that don't got a voice. So these laws and this awareness that we push, right? And then those that's coming back home that's struggling with stuff. I didn't come home. I didn't come home and put my hand out and ask for a quarter in Chinese money. I ain't asked nobody for nothing. I got it on my own at working every day type of situation, right? And everybody don't realize that they could do that. So I'm like a perfect example, just using myself like shit. You know who I was in prison. You know how to fucking up and shit I was going on. Right now, you look at me right now. You see me doing this, that, and the third. Like you could change yourself. You could do better with yourself. You could give back, right? Like that's what it did. It gave me a positive. It gave me something super positive to do coming back home.
You're a leader.
Man, I keep hearing that, right? But to me, like you met me as the position I have now within the organization as far as the events person, right? The events manager, right? But to me, I'm still Anthony. I'm still the small guy that sat at the front desk as an intern when I first started coming volunteering at ARC. I'm still like that. So when people say I'm like a leader, like, thank you. But to me, I'm still me.
Well, that
I
means
guess
you've
shit,
always
me is a leader.
that means you've always been a leader. It doesn't mean that you set a great example, but you can make mistakes in your life and still have leadership qualities and still be intelligent. All the things that you've struck me as from the moment that I met you. You express yourself extremely well. You're personable. People like you. When you tell me that you fought a lot, I can see it, and at the same time, I can't see it because you are genuinely affable person. You're pleasant. You're friendly. I can see a different side to you, but I would have to imagine that side to you. I would have no problem introducing you to anybody because of the person that you've demonstrated yourself to be. And I say demonstrated, not demonstrated, because that would imply that you're doing something that's not genuine. Whoever you've been up to this point in your life has been a good person in my eyes. I just don't think that you've made the best decisions, but that applies to all of us. You know
We
what I'm saying?
all,
That
yeah.
applies to all of us because I'll say this to you right now, Anthony. You went to prison for something that you didn't do. I think we both could have gone to prison for things that we did do. I just didn't
I,
go to prison.
I tell people all the time, I may have been innocent on that case, but I wasn't innocent in life. So I didn't, it is what it is. It's just what I happened to go to jail for, right? Not to say something else was least or worse, right? But never was innocent in life. I just went to jail for something else that didn't have nothing to do with me, right? I was laughing the other day. What's today? Today's Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, right? So I just did the breast cancer walk with everybody Sunday, so it's Saturday, right? I remember one game changer event we was talking about being in San Diego, swerving and speeding, getting blurted by the police, right? So I'm flying through San Diego. I'm all the way down in by Imperial Beach. I'm smashing. Boom. I make a wrong turn. I see the police. I was like, damn, y'all got me. They don't even pay me no mind. They keep it pushing, right? I get on the gas. I take the car up on the surface street, on one of them little surface streets. I take the car up to like 80 before I even get on the on ramp. I hit the on ramp. I hit the Sport Plus. Pew! And I'm like fucking Sean ass was talking about being out here speeding and getting pulled over, right? Like I was really, I didn't shit. I was pushing. I kept pushing. I was trying to get back up here, get back up to like Southern California, like LA area. I had shit to do.
You
But
were in San Diego today? You were in San Diego today?
nah, this was on Saturday.
Okay. Okay.
I literally had
All
just shot down and then shot up. Like I went. I had a couple of friends that in the army that had came out here, so I just shot down there and go mess with them for a second, and then I came back up. Or we came back up real fast because they was like, "You came down here, but we on our way to Hollywood tonight." I'm like, "Oh shit, what the hell?" That went through
So
my mind just like when I had hit you up. When I hit you up, I had hit you up last week. Like I got time, my schedule open, right? That was after the police just shot the homie up because I'm like, bro, he wasn't doing nothing. I'm like, this is the shit I be talking about with Sean. This shit crazy.
you said your homeboy got shot last week or week before?
And then the police shot Robert up like 2, 3. They got a whole different narrative story that they bullshitting ass talking about. They shot at his car 14 times, hit him 10 times in the middle of him trying to surrender, like not doing no crazy shit, trying to surrender. Got no gun in the car, no knife, no nothing. He don't even have. He was doing like laying the roof, like you do the roofs on the houses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They usually got like when they doing any type of construction, they got some type of like box cutter knife, right? He ain't even got a damn box cutter knife. He leaving his wife and they getting into it and stuff. The police end up getting involved. Now they want to hell. Y'all want to cover some shit up. Y'all want to say the man that stole his own cell phone. How the fuck I steal my own phone? It's my shit.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he alive. He's stable and everything. I think Lulu. I think he just went to court last week. I want to say I ain't always sure, but I think like last week he went to court. But I know the other homie wife had hit me and told me like he was in stable condition and everything. Like you talking about like how you just talking about me when you meet me, what you get from me, what you see from me, right? So like I was one way in prison. Now like it's like a light switch. I'm a whole different person out here. Like I literally left for alone, all knucklehead activities, right? But even in prison, when me and Robert was together, he was always the one like, nah, bro. Like you always telling people to do this, this, and this, but what about yourself? Like you telling people to go self-help group to help get about it. But like, what about you, right? Then we get home. He get out before me. And shit, I have my moments. I get to tripping or whatever, not, and he'd be the one to call me instantly, like, man, I heard it in your voice. I seen you over there, like, bro, like, watch out. That ain't what we doing. Like, how the kids doing? Like, how your daughter doing? How her brother's doing? Right? Like, boom. He don't want to do nothing but be a family man, take care of his kids, and have fun. And not even and his have fun is go work on a. Robert is a jack of all trades. You don't like. You may call the man right now. He welding the mini bike. You turn around, he taking the engine out of the car. And then so when the whole thing transpired, it's like, how? It don't even make sense. And then it's like y'all trying to cover it up and change the narrative. People was on the phone with this man while the whole shit was going on, and like know about this argument over here. Then the police coming chasing him and shit like that for chasing him, and him surrendering his damn self. Y'all just shot him all up on the they pointed his finger because it was dark.
What? Why were they chasing him?
Him and what would you call it? Shit like domestic? I don't even. It seemed like some fake ass domestic shit to begin with, and then him leaving the house or whatever not, and then the police him leaving his house, going on about him and his wife going through a divorce, separation, whatnot. Him going on about his day, like leaving the house, and the police ended up chasing him, talking about he stole a cell phone. He stole his own damn cell phone out of his house. They going through a separation and divorce, but he going on about his business. How can I steal my own cell phone? Sean, ain't that your cell phone probably sitting on the table or in your pocket?
Yeah.
You get up, you walk to your car, you steal your shit. That don't even make sense. Then y'all charge him with evading. Okay, bet okay, evading. So you just shot me up. Shit, there's a million people that evaded and ran from y'all. Y'all ain't shot up. Y'all ain't even shit. The hell?
Which
Get into
department
a
was
better,
this?
safe situation, huh?
Which department was this?
That gotta be the San Bernardino County Sheriff because it happened on the 15th freeway.
Okay. So tell me what you're doing with your life now. You've been out for 3 years.
What I'm doing right now, I've been out for 3 years, right? So what I've been doing, like really more or less in the last like 8 months, like a year, I've been trying to figure out exactly what it is I want to do for myself next. Like it's cool. Like I look at going to work like community service. I tell you fast shit. This community service hours to me, right? Okay, bet. But it's like it's cool to do community service and give back, even though I get paid for it. I still look at it as community service, right? But I've been really trying to figure out like what's the next stage of my life, like what I really want to do, right? And the only thing I still circle back to is shit, I want to work for myself. What does work for myself look like exactly? I don't know. That's why I'm still working. Like I ain't figured out like which angle it is like I really want to explore, which angle it is I really want to go dibbling dabbling and like move it forward in. Like I got my hands in a couple different little things, but it ain't like nothing like like something in a movie. Like you right here doing this, like the cops and convicts, right? You doing the game. I generally could see your ass go. You feel me? And I can't say if it's something that you want to do for forever or not, right? But I could tell you do it. You see the lack and the reason to do it, right? The exposure that comes with it, right? I get that when I'm working at ARC, but it's like who wants to work somewhere where you don't want to go to work at, right? So if I'm having fun, I'm enjoying myself at work, giving back, right? Why the hell I'm gonna stop working just for more money or some shit and not want to go to work? So now I'm miserable going to work, right? Or I may go start working for myself, but I don't want to go climbing up no ladder every day and changing your electrical plugs and receptacles. Shit, I got a knee brace on right now from coming from the hospital earlier. Right, man? What? What am I? I'm 34. I'm 34, man. I ain't trying to, man, cripple myself. All right, shit, hell no. This, I ain't figured that part all the way out yet, though, bro. What's next for me? Like, rest of life.
You
I know
said
I
you
want
have
to work all my life.
you said you got a baby mama. You got a son or a daughter?
I got a daughter, a 14-year-old daughter,
You have a 14-year-old daughter.
like my damn twin. And then then her little brother, shit, they're my kids too, both of them, Ty and Tyler.
So you have a daughter, and you said she has a little brother. Explain that to me, because you ain't say you have two.
Shit, hell, your mama went on by her life while I was in jail. She had two more kids by the next dude.
How
I don't
did you
treat him
feel?
no
How did you feel about that at the
shit. I
time?
wasn't fazed. It didn't bother me. Shit, I'm stuck in jail. You know went on about your life. When you got pregnant with the first one, the oldest one, shit, whatever. Got second with the next one, I hop on the phone. Hey, congrats. Came home. Shit, what's up? Okay, how everybody doing? I treat them all equally. All three of my damn kids. Ty birthday coming up. Me and her earlier. I'm talking about how much is it gonna cost? What place we want to go do it at?
So that's
His
that's
dad
just
ain't. They dad ain't around.
that's just some of the things that you have to deal with when you're in prison. Other people going on about their lives, whether it sits well with you or not. We had a
Yeah.
conversation. We had a conversation about some of the things that trigger you while you're out now, based on the time that you've spent in prison. What are some of the things that trigger you psychologically or emotionally, and it stems from your time when you were doing time?
So like when people, I done lost so many people while I was in jail to death, right? Different reasons, right? Grandmas and all that, right? That I became numb to death. So I don't be trying to feel like an asshole or seem like an asshole when somebody passed away, right? But to me, it's just a black wall. It doesn't exist. I still got. It's like I'm numb to death. When you say like emotions and stuff, I'm numb to it, right? I'm not affected. Wake up having a bad day, I'd be like, shit, at least I ain't in jail no more. Shit, it can't. Shit, I was up in there for forever. So a bad day ain't a bad day. Take your ass back to sleep and wake back up, cut some music on or something. At least you could walk to your front door, open it and close it. You're not stuck up in here. That's the whole thing. Like, what is a bad day? It's not. You're not in prison. You're not dead, and you're not in prison. Take your ass to sleep, reset, and get your ass back up and try it again. Dust yourself off. Try it again. No. So I know, like sometimes, like when I be dealing with my daughter, I know she be like, "This motherfucker is strict. This motherfucker got the." I'm like, I don't got no. There's no middle ground with me. It's either yes or no. Ain't no middle ground. Yes, no, straight to the point. I don't straight to the point with this shit. So I kind of feel like jail fucked that up for a lot of people, even myself.
Are there any sights or sounds that make you feel a certain way? Talk to me.
Man, hearing them keys jank. Let me see. I got some keys in my pocket, right? You know the little jiggling noise. I then kind of broke out of the habit like a ducking, like shit. What the fuck, the police, right? Or I been on my phone and hear it, and I'm ready to throw my phone or tuck my phone and hide my phone, right? I kind of broke that habit. I know, like at first when I came home, I was having super sleeping problems. Police always want to run your cell in the middle of the night or while you sleeping. So I'm listening like I'm in my sleep, listening for the bar lock to make that clink clink noise. And I know y'all just unlocked it. I don't know if y'all about to run in the cell or not. Um, I remember a few times since I've been home. Now I laugh at people like when they come home, like, yeah, I could tell you just got out. Like a siren or like the sirens go off like we on the yard, and people automatically want to get down. I make a joke. I'll be like, oh, that's what type of person you was in jail. You got down instantly. You didn't even look around to see what's going on. You wasn't trying to get in activities.
So
So,
you've been with people who haven't been out that long, and they'll hear a siren, and they'll hit the floor.
man, get to flinching, looking, or hit the floor like they about to get down, like it's a yard down. Like, bro, you free. You ain't got to do all that. I'm alive. If you get down as soon as the siren go, I'm about to clown you. I know what you was doing. You was nice.
I don't mean to laugh. I laughed because I had my own version of that experience because when I was in grad school in San Diego, I was hustling. I was selling weed while I was going to grad school, while I was coaching, while I was working at the Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista. I had these legit positions, and I'm selling weed in the 90s when that was just straight up illegal. I mean, it's illegal now, you know, but I spent 3 years doing that, and I was frequently riding dirty. So anytime I heard a siren, I'm on the lookout, wondering if they gonna pull me over. And when I stopped selling weed, it took a while for me to get out of that habit of having an issue or feeling a certain way or getting anxious when I heard a siren. It's like you got to remind yourself, I'm not living that way anymore. I ain't got to worry about it unless, I'm speeding, which I do every day. I told you that. I was over 90 today, not on purpose. I got to pass somebody. You know what I'm saying? I don't set my cruise control for 90. I wind up doing 95, 98, sometimes 100 to get past somebody. And I don't mean to do it, but I'll look and I'll be like, oh, damn, I'm doing 98. I need to chill. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I ain't gonna say I don't do it on purpose, but I be trying to get where I'm trying to get, so I feel you.
Yeah, I don't do 90 like that on purpose. I'll set my cruise control for 80, which is still speeding, but for the most part, I'm not gonna get pulled over at 80. I'm gonna get pulled over at 85 for
At
sure.
85, I got pulled over at 84.
You have been?
Yeah, it pulled me over doing the 84. I was like, you didn't just see, I like swear. Like a truck came on the trailer and the trailer started bouncing, right? So like
Yeah.
how you said, I need to speed up to get around. So I'm like, if I hit my brakes, I'm about to get rear-ended. So I stepped on the gas and I swerved around. As soon as I hit the swerve around, the police blurred me. He pulled me over. I said, he came to the window, you know you speeding this, that, and the third. I'm like, okay. So you mean to tell me you didn't just see that trailer going down the freeway bouncing? It was a motorcycle police. He stopped. He like looked up the freeway. He was like, yeah, I did. No, that is like I recognize that, right? I said, that's why I was speeding. He was like, unfortunately, I have already wrote the ticket, so I had to give it to you. He didn't show up to court though. He didn't show up to court. So you know how that goes.
So he did you a solid.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So talk to me, man. You got anything that you want to plug before we get out of here, bro?
Shit, nah, not right now. I feel like we done talked about everything.
No, we did, and I really appreciate the time that you took to tell me almost everything.
Hey, look, I've been them law enforcement. That's some tricky stuff. I gotta stay away from. I ain't gonna incriminate me. I ain't gonna incriminate the next person. Hey, I can only so far.
Hey, Anthony, I appreciate you, man. We're gonna do this again. I don't know when we're gonna see each other in person again. I'm still working on that. But I appreciate you taking the time, bro. Looking forward to seeing you again.
Right.
Tell your people that I want them on my podcast. I told you Vance is on tomorrow, but
Yeah, he just texted me a minute ago.
Well, has he been peeping it?
I ain't even go clicking in my phone. I just keep seeing it light up and I can see the name.
Yeah, he knows you on. He knows I got you on right now, man. But I appreciate you, bro.
All the time, bro. You take care. I'll catch you soon.
All right.